so much for clicking on our video today and joining us for another 5 Minutes with PHLY episode. We're really excited that you joined us today because we have two very special guests with us. So without further ado, I will make some introductions. I am Erica Waddell. I'm a senior marketing representative out of our Southern California office at PHLY. And co-hosting with me, as always, is our senior marketing representative, Callie Lindmark, out of our Phoenix, Arizona office. And we are very excited today to be joined by two of our C-suite executive team members. We have our Chief Marketing Officer, Brian O'Reilly, with us today, all the way from, I believe, New Jersey is where your home office is, Brian. And we also have from Bala Cynwyd, John Blom, who is our Chief Executive Officer. So thank you both for joining us and being with us today.
It's our pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. I know our agency partners are in for a treat. Today's topic that we are talking about today is a little different than what we typically do on these 5 Minutes with PHLY. Normally, we go over products, we interview product managers and underwriters, but today we're going to be doing a little bit of a deeper dive into culture and what that means for our industry, and you both being such important and prominent industry leaders, being in this industry for so long and in an executive officer level of a company, you have a very unique perspective to provide. So just a quick bio on both of you so that our viewers kind of understand your tenure with PHLY. Brian, I think you've been with PHLY for a little over 30 years in various marketing and sales positions at PHLY. And I think I made some notes here, but I think your promotion to Chief Marketing Officer was in 2013, so you're just coming up on about 10 years. John is our Chief Executive Officer and has been with PHLY since 2007, correct me if I'm wrong, but acting as our Chief Executive Officer since 2020. So, and before that, our Chief Underwriting Officer. So I hope I didn't butcher that too badly, if at all.
You nailed it.
I'm going to go ahead and...
You nailed it, except that John's not acting. He's actually doing the job.
My bad. Yeah, sorry. So without further ado, we'll just go ahead and dive into the first question. And this is geared for both Brian and John. And that is just around your motivation. What motivates you to be a part of Team PHLY and to show up to lead our team every day? Culture, people, our agency force.
Well, okay, I'll take that first. You nailed it. I mean, it really is. It's the people. I've worked at 3 different companies, PHLY being the third. I've been here, as you said, just a little bit, about 15 and a half years now. And it's the people. We have a phenomenal team. I love our team members. I've been in different various roles, as you said at the beginning, but throughout, it's the people that drives me to want to improve myself, to want to be better. Our model, the way that we trade and rely on our preferred agents, very unique. So some of the prior companies that I worked at, everybody's tried to replicate this. We grew up this way, so the fact that we have our preferred agents and we see how much more we rely on those, and then we have independent agents that we're relying on to be the future preferreds, very, very unique. But we're also a very entrepreneurial, flat organization. So for us to be on the call with you today, this is a pretty typical thing, and that's what we pride ourselves on, being approachable and available to our team members all over the country. And that's just that's how we roll and how we operate at PHLY. And I think it makes us certainly unique versus any of our competitors. And I think our preferred agent partners could attest to that.
And I'll jump in. I'm a little different than John in that I have only worked for one company. I've been here for 32 years, right out of college. So I think one of the things that, especially the management, I think we really help each other out. We really, complement each other as far as strengths and weaknesses. And the one thing we have in common is we just want to get better every year. We want to see how can we get better. We talk about Net Promoter Score. We want to make sure that we're providing the best customer service to our agents and customers. how can we get better. We're very open to hearing things that we can do to improve, both from our employees and from our customers. And then the other thing we want to do is provide a great work environment for our employees, because if our employees have a nice place to work, they're going to provide the best service to our customers. So John's talked a lot this year that we're going to be a $4 billion company in written premiums, which when I started, we were 30 million in 1990. So you say what motivates us every day we walk in, and can we get a little bit better? Can we grow for our parent company? I mean, that's the biggest thing I do every day is how do we provide great service to our customers, and how do we help our employees reach their goals.
Awesome. And as an employee, I can say that definitely, is something that we feel throughout the country. Again, we're on the West Coast having this call with you just to talk about culture. And you're, 3 hours ahead of us and have a lot of important things to do running a company. So much appreciated your time and your answers. I'm going to kick it over to Callie for the next couple of questions here.
Yeah, thank you, Erica, and thank you guys again for being a part of this call today. We know you're very busy people, but we appreciate it. And so with that, I'm going to start my first question, which is for Brian. This is a two-parter, Brian. So what we really want to get from this question is why is PHLY so great? Why are we a valuable carrier partner for our agents and also a great place to work for our staff?
Great questions, Callie. I think why, and you hate to say that we're great. We like to think we're great. You try not to brag on ourselves, but I think when we call ourselves Team PHLY, and it's really that we do work as a team, right? I mean, underwriting, claims, risk management, accounting, IT, you name it. We all are striving for the same thing, and we work together. And it's really, I think, a fun place to work when everyone steps up and everyone's accountable. There's no excuses. If you make a mistake, no one, we used to say there's no yelling here. We just want to do the best we can for our agents and customers, and I think we do that. I mean, we're not perfect. We're not going to do everything right all the time, but I think one of the things we're hoping, we communicate to our employees as much as we can. John is really open, and hopefully the same thing for our agents and brokers. What was, and the second part of that was, Callie?
What makes PHLY such a great place to work for our staff?
I think what we try to do is make it a nice atmosphere. I mean, we're in this Bala Kenwood office right now. We just did a major renovation. It's a beautiful place to work. We have a gym. We have a great place to get lunch. All the things that make you comfortable, right? But then we want to make sure that we're doing the right things and that we give opportunity. The biggest thing, right? What does an employee want? They want stability, and we provide a stable work environment, and then they want upward mobility and opportunity. And we always talk about HR does a tremendous job, and how can we get better? What training do you need? And I think that's what you want, right? Is do you have an opportunity to rise up in the company? And I think John and I are perfect examples of this. I mean, it took us a long time, but over time we were patient, did our jobs to the best of our ability, and we were able to rise up in the ranks.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I know for me personally, one of my favorite parts about working at PHLY are the relationships we're able to cultivate both internally and externally. I feel like we really do have valuable and unique relationships here, and I think a lot of that's attributed to everything you just said. So that was great. I'm going to pass it to John. John, if you could leave our agency partners today with one final message about PHLY, what would you like to share with them?
We're here for you. I mean, this last 28 months has been something that nobody could have dreamed of, and we've not only risen to the occasion, we've had the two best years in the history of the company. Brian talked earlier about Net Promoter Score. So our agency partners and our insureds have spoken, and they've reflected and told us that we're doing a good job and we're stepping up. But the relationship with our preferreds, our independents, our trading partners, our insureds, and all the niches that we service, we want to be the best. Brian talked about it, but we compete. We come in, we compete. We want to win every day. But with our agency partners, it's not just the trading relationship on the insurance side. It's deeper than that. We're all facing the war on talent. We have deeply rooted connections with the top risk management schools around the country, and that gives us a pipeline of talent that we hire every year. And to the extent we can help them in that war on talent, we want to be here. We have a foundation that we funded and founded now 8 years ago that is there to do a lot of good in the world. But it's also to invest in these schools and to invest in charities that are important to our agency partners. So it's not just about us, it's about us partnering, and it's not just about the trading of the insurance and binding the deal. And it's also about getting creative together. So, you know, the marketing, everybody on this call other than me is on the marketing team. The marketing team in particular has been especially creative over these last 28 months where we had to try to do things in different ways. And this is one of the things that has come out of this, this great way that we're interacting today. But that also led us to getting product managers out in front of thousands of our agency partners that have made them rock stars of some sort, right? And so we've got to continue that creative gene. And the last thing that I would say is that if we've learned anything over these last 28 months is that we all have to be a little bit more empathetic, take a deep breath, and understand that everybody's dealing with the challenges that these last 28 months have posed differently. And so to pass judgment or to not understand that everybody has their own cross to bear and is facing these challenges in their own unique ways is short-sighted. So I really do believe deeply that this last 28 months has brought us together as a team and made us better as a company.
Absolutely. Well, thank you both so much for being a part of 5 Minutes with Philly today. This is a really unique way to get to connect you with our agency partners, and we're excited to share this with them. And thank you to our agents for continuing to click on our videos and connect with Philly. And we will catch you on the next episode. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.